also $20,000 more. Yeah, I mean, it's
Right there, like I can tell I should have gone there, but it's the first shot, it's okay. But I've been focusing more on also like just like I said, I bought those alignment sticks, just focusing on coming out and in, trying to like not have it go left.
okay.
But I want to say this, so since our last listen, Tim,
Yeah.
I've noticed on like a 7 iron at least, I've been hitting my more real like distance.
Okay.
Like the 140 range is like when I go outside and I kind of on the course, that's kind of like the range I use for the 7 iron.
Okay.
So I've noticed I haven't been hitting the ball better since our last time, which is good.
Great. Great. That's a good start right there. I'm just checking to see where we're hitting it on the face right now, see what we're doing.
That was not. Just left.
Yeah, it's raining out there for sure.
Well, pups. You did not want to go to the bathroom this morning.
That felt better.
Good.
That felt way better. Sorry, I said that's the one left, but
That's all right.
that felt better.
Still warming up. I mean, we're only
Yeah,
5 shots in,
and
man.
woke up like an hour ago, so.
Correct, man. I mean,
I've always found golfing when you first wake up is so like, yeah, it takes you a while like to focus, you know?
it does. That's why you hear those guys on the tour and stuff is they go and do a workout or something like that to get their body responsive.
All right, this should be a good one, Tim. Oh, it's so left.
Better.
Yeah.
So I like that the club path is changing there. Okay, so right here we're looking at a positive, not a negative, which means our swing path is starting to get where we want. Okay, we're starting to swing it out to the right a little bit when we swing. The face is just a little closed a little bit. As you can see, the face angle is -4, right? The big issue is that we're hitting it off the toe here, right? I've seen a couple that are off the toe here, so I just want to kind of work on the setup here just a sec and see how we're doing here. So go ahead and set up for me real quick. And I see one thing I want to kind of change just a little bit here. All right, so I'm going to have you kind of feel like your hands get just a little bit higher. Okay, because when I look at the club down here, the toe's really up. Okay, so let's kind of go with this. So let go of the club real quick. Okay, so if I take the club and I move it like this, my center point is here, and if I go like this, I start to move it back into the inside, right? Now that's where we should be hitting it. Sometimes you do, but right now we're hitting it off the toe. Okay, so I want to try to get that thing just elevated,
Just more, so you have it like more just the whole club just like kind of flat on the ground?
I just want, because right now when I see your hands are really low, like down here, I just like to see you kind of stand up just a little bit and get the butt of the club pointing just a little bit more towards your navel. And you should see how that goes.
Like this?
Good, good. So now you see how the butt of the club's pointing up towards your belly button. Before it was down there kind of towards your belt. Okay? Give that just a little time. Give yourself about 4 or 5 swings to get used to that kind of setup. Feeling like we're standing just a little bit taller, hands maybe just a little bit higher.
Hit the ground there. I still feel like I'm on left. Yeah.
So let's do one thing. I like how we're getting the hands up a little bit. I just want you to kind of set up for me real quick like you normally would, and let's raise the club up because I want to kind of focus on that face angle just a little bit. The path is doing pretty good. Okay.
Just do a swing, you said?
No, just kind of point the club up towards me. Up a little bit more. Is that closed or open?
Closed.
Okay. So that's part of our problem right there. So for the next couple swings, I want you to feel like the face is kind of filleted open for you, okay?
Like that.
How about that?
Yeah, I felt good.
Okay.
Gosh, left, but I felt
Okay.
good.
But look where we're getting. We're getting back towards the center, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Our club path was just a little bit over the top, but we just got to kind of work on that face a little bit still, right? See how that's -8?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So just kind of feel like the face is open. If that continues to be a problem, we're going to take a look at your grip and see if you're doing something. Good. Good swing.
Thank you. Oh, I shot it.
It's okay.
Damn, I'm like a liberal, bro. I love going left. Let's go further and further left.
So let's go through our
I think
set.
it's because I'm coming like that instead of just coming straight up.
Well, let's take a look here. Let's just kind of take a look. Impact is. So you see where your face is at impact? Okay, so here's our target line,
Mm-hmm.
right? See how your face is just pointing closed right
Is it the
there?
red line?
Mm-hmm, the red line, okay. So,
So I'm coming like in like this instead of going out like that.
correct, correct. So what's kind of happening just a little bit here, all right, what I'm kind of seeing here, is that when we get to impact, our face is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you kind of see we're like
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
It's aimed out that way.
correct. So what I'm thinking here, and I don't have a high-speed camera, but I think what's happening is when you get here, you're over-rotating your hands
Mm-hmm.
like this, and that's why we're hitting the toe. Does that make sense a little bit?
So maybe, yeah. So maybe try not think about the wrist turn as much. Like.
Correct, correct. We don't want to feel like we're kind of, really over-releasing the hands a little bit. We need to kind of let those kind of go down the target line a little bit. But for the next couple, I just want us to kind of take some small little shots and feel like the face is open a little bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So just small little shots, Tim.
Small little shots. Just kind of get yourself used to that, and then we'll start getting a little bit longer. Good. Okay? Just see if we're getting a change with the pattern. Good. Better. All right, that's a change.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like not think about releasing at all. Like.
Okay.
Just
So
like-
I'm gonna, let me kind of get it real quick. So I just want us to kind of feel like we kind of do this, and then just straight on through.
Okay.
Okay? Instead of, I think we're kind of getting back here in the back end here and really rotating that closed.
Just keep it open.
Just keep it open a little bit. Just feel like the face is open and just kind of hit like a little sawed off, little open shot right now. Kind of get a feel for it. That's all we're trying to do. Good. Good. All right, see how that changes the pattern right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Just kind of give yourself a few swings right there. Get that feeling right there. Okay. Maybe a little bit more rotation than that, just a smidge. Good.
There you go.
Okay. Right. Face angle is just -3. Okay, good.
Let me see something here. I'm trying to focus on see how like that the feel of like just like that just slight like not overdoing it with my wrist.
Absolutely.
Because like I've noticed like I think I told you last time, my swing thoughts right now are like usually coiling and then I forgot what I did. It's coiling. Oh, coiling and bringing it straight back. So I don't really think too much about the club release.
Okay.
Just that's how I'm doing it. I just think how my body naturally like without thought.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to focus on just like just slightly just.
That's all. Just
They're, like,
just
little.
minor.
Yes.
Right. I mean.
Because I see I'm doing it way too much on my own. So if I just do like a little like.
Correct. I think for you, I think we kind of start the rotation a little early, like a little bit back here, right? And I think that's why the toe starts leading a little bit, right? So we just want to kind of feel like it's just kind of passing on through. Does that make sense? What's on tap for the rest of the day, guys? After the lessons, you guys going anywhere, doing anything?
Groceries, right?
Grocery shopping and then maybe the mall, I don't know, depends on this weather, I'll go in direction.
Not probably spend on a simulator day.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Absolutely. I mean, that's
Oh, I do a course today actually. I haven't done one this week yet. You wanna do real shot 10?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This one's a little closed.
Wow. Yeah, I felt it.
Okay.
How about this? I'm gonna try to like not turn my wrist at all to see like what is.
Just do me a favor. I want to see you take the club back. I want to see what the club looks like at the top of the backswing.
Okay.
Okay. So just kind of. Not bad. Okay. I'm not seeing it overly shut or anything like that. So it's not up here. Okay. As we come down, all right. That's where we're going to start. Right. Feeling our weight shift right there, and then here. And then this is where we're going to start feeling the rotation coming up and through.
So like down here,
Right,
so we start kind of releasing the club for the rotation.
correct. So it's going to be a lot more for you. You stand right on over here, right? I think what's happening just a little bit is we get here and then we're starting to rotate early back over here. Okay. I just want to feel like, or I want you to kind of feel like we're kind of here and the club is kind of releasing back here towards our hip or so. So it's kind of here. Okay, so that might be just what we want to kind of do for right now. Just kind of take it up to about hip high right here. Stop it. And hit.
Okay, so take it
Wow,
hit
these are
high, stop.
Great feeling clubs, man.
Yeah, up from here.
Wow.
Yeah, one stop golf shop, Moisty Chapel, should check it out.
I'm telling you, that's your place right there, man. Holy cow, this feels great.
So do like a half swing then?
Yeah, let's
Kind
just,
of like.
all right, let's just kind of do a half swing.
That's too much. That's too much too.
So here's the other thing I'm kind of looking at here, right? So our face angle is pretty closed, right? We've got to kind of work on that a little bit. The other thing that I'm seeing here is our attack angle is not as down as we want. So it kind of tells me a few things, right? If the ball is here, right, and my low point's here, the club is starting to rotate closed a little bit, okay? So what I'm going to have to do with you, I'm going to do the simplest thing I know with this to start off with. I'm going to have you move that about an inch back in your stance, okay? And let's see if your angle of attack starts getting a little bit
Like
better.
move it where the club is?
Yeah, so go ahead and set on up, and I'll move the. I'll just back in your stance a little bit. Okay. So let's just kind of give that a chance right there.
Okay.
Okay, let's see how we do there.
All better.
Okay.
Not as much. I probably would have stayed in play at least.
That's fine. Doing good. Let's try to hit a few more. I'd like to see where our low point is. So feel like it's kind of back in your
Still
stance.
do a half swing or do a full swing?
Let's do a full swing. We can go with a full swing. But let's go feel like it's even further back than what you kind of feel comfortable with right now.
Like this then, Tim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeesh.
So, one thing we're going to kind of work on here for just 3 or 4 swings, okay, is I want to get this low point down, and I think that's kind of a correlation with our face here, right? So I want us to feel like we're kind of getting down and through it. So let's kind of do this. Let me see if I got like a little T or something. Try to get the point or something. So I want you to feel like you're kind of getting that T out of the ground at the same time, right? So you're going to hit down and you're going to get that T out too.
Okay.
Okay? So all I want to see on this one is our angle of attack is down, and that should start helping the face out a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and set up for me. Good. And get your club up next to it, okay? Because your eye is thinking this is the low point, right? And we're about an inch behind it, right? So this is where your low point is thinking. So get that club up next to it, okay? All right.
That's gonna take. I always have the club, and is that with all the clubs? Have the club always like right behind the ball? All of them.
Yeah. At least with the irons, the wood, you know, the driver you can kind of get away with because it's on a tee a little bit because you're hitting it on the up, right? But with this, we definitely want to make sure that we get that club pretty much right behind the ball, and that way we're hitting down on it. Good. That's fine. Wish I would have took the low point on that one. That would be really nice. Not everything's always. All right. Okay, let's feel like we're getting that.
There, I chunked it there.
You can feel it, right?
Yeah, I felt it. Yeah.
So the big thing we got to kind of work on are 2 things here, okay? Face angle being one, okay? The other one being our low point, okay? So those are the things that we want to kind of focus on today a little bit. Okay. So let's kind of go with the T.
Right here.
You got it? Okay, so we're just going to go with 5 little half shots, mini shots. What I want you to kind of focus on is just hitting down and through it, okay?
Okay.
Get our low point down and get our face more on target. Good. 4. So go ahead and set on up for me, and I'm going to kind of give you a feeling what we're going to need to have it impact.
Okay.
Okay? So when we get the impact, it's going to be like this. Okay? Hips turning. Moving on that. Okay? Feel how your hands are really ahead of the ball right there. Okay, that's what we want to kind of implement right there. Okay? So set back up again. Okay? Now all I'm going to have you do, go ahead and set on up. Okay. Okay. Now press against my foot like you're at impact. Turn your hips. There you go. Good. Okay. once again. There you go. Okay, see how the handle's going down? Now it's a little extreme, right? I'd be honest, that's probably a little bit extreme, but that's where we need to kind of have our hands.
Okay.
Okay?
I see.
All right? So give me just a small little shot, okay, and just feel like you're getting into that impact position down here, okay?
Okay. Like that felt good.
Better.
Yeah, that felt really good right there.
Okay, better. Getting there. Look at our center of strike. Low point's getting down again. And look what happens to our face.
Yeah. And then I didn't even feel like I hit it hard and saying it went 148 there.
Yeah. So this is the big correlation right here. If I can hit it in the center, I don't have to swing very hard.
Yeah.
But if I'm hitting it out here towards the toe, I better be moving that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so great, great.
Can I try a full swing?
Absolutely.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Will this good practice for this be with the impact bag?
Yes, yes. Impact bag is going to be your friend right now. Okay, find an impact bag and just boom, getting those hips and chest turning open and making sure we feel like that handle's going down and through the ball.
Okay.
Alright, but look what happened to our low point again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Before the ball.
Right, so I want you to kind of do, we're going to come back to the half swings, okay? And what all I want you to kind of do on these, okay, is kind of get here, feel like we're hitting down and through, and I want you to feel like you're holding your hands out in front of you, okay? Because if I do that, hold them out in front of me, I'm not going to be flipping and getting up over here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So feel like we're hitting like a little punch shot and maintaining that structure out in front of us. Okay, better. I don't know what our low point was. Okay, better. Okay, let's just keep going with that feel right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So it's a little extreme right there, right? But what we're doing, right, is we're getting our face angle back more positive, okay? But we need to kind of work on our low point a little bit. Okay? So I want you to kind of hear like kind of do this. That's good. Just want to kind of feel like we get to about here, right? And then I want you to feel like you're maintaining your structure out in front of you. So I don't want you to feel like you're kind of back over here or anything like that. So it's just going to be kind of like this. Down. Okay. Okay. All right, so all I want you to kind of do on this, don't care where the ball goes, I want this to be the biggest A you can get, right?
So
Okay.
closest to 0, right? Technically, or like.
I'd like it to be a 5. I'd love to see it at a 5 or something like that. 6 after, right? At least we know we're changing our angle of attack. All right, just feel like you're hitting it. There we go, much better. Okay? I like how now it's 2 inches after. Okay? So we're getting our low point down.
Am I moving my head at all, by the way?
I'm going to take a look here.
Because sometimes I have the habit of like moving my head.
Take a look here.
And I think that like makes me sway, and then I'll end up hitting like, you know, before the ball.
Yeah.
And have my low point.
So let's take a look at that guy on video.
2.9B, what does that mean?
Before.
2.9 inches before?
Yeah, so this is what's going on here. So your low point for your club is back here. Okay? We want our low point to be up here. Okay? So that tells me that we're early releasing the club before we get there. We got to hold our angle just a little bit longer to make sure we get that thing down.
Okay.
Okay? So let's take a look at the video here real quick and kind of see what our motion is. All right. So let's take a look at our right hip. Okay, see how much slide we've got there? Okay, we need to feel like we're rotating into a barrel. Okay, that's your slide right there. So that's what's getting your weight going back behind the ball, right? And then we're never going to recover as we stay right there. So watch. You're still there, still there, still there. Now you're releasing the club. Do a great job of maintaining the structure, okay? But I think our shoulder turn is a little steep, okay? So you see how so what you're doing for yourself here, okay, what I see here in the video is that you get here, right? The hip goes out this way and the shoulder really goes down, so it's kind of like this.
I'm putting the shoulder way too far down.
Correct, right? It's popping your hip out, okay? So I want you to feel like, okay? So with the shoulder turn, I want you to feel like it's more here, flat for you, yeah, right? Allows my right hip to go back. But once I let this lead shoulder go down, right, I'm probably gonna bump that hip out to make room for that shoulder. Does that make sense? Okay. So come on over here, let's just kind of get a quick motion for that. Okay. So go ahead and set on up for me. All right, so let me kind of do this.
So like more like this, Tim? Would it be like this?
I'm gonna show you here in just a second. Okay. Yeah, I got you. All right, so go ahead and I may use that, but I'm going to try something a little bit different here real quick. All right, so just take that out. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to take your right hand and put it behind you.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to go ahead and get into your golf posture. Okay. Now I want you to come on over here and shake my hand with your left hand. There's your shoulder turn.
Okay.
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 You see how much more flat that is compared to where you're at? So where you were going was like this. Right? Okay. Then we're stuck. Hips pumping out, and then we're going to go. Right? But you've got such quick hands, you're able to flip that club at the bottom. Does that make sense? Okay, so go ahead and set up again. All right, and go ahead and shake my hand. Now, don't get too far down. There you go. Okay, so your shoulder is going to point somewhere out around here. Yeah. Now look what your hip is doing. It's going back behind you, not going to the side.
See, I feel like when I do this, I'm starting it just with my shoulders and not really my hips, though. I feel like it's kind of just like a shoulder turn.
Where your shoulders are going to pull your hips around. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So my shoulders should turn twice as much as my hips. Okay? So as I go, right? You see how this is 45, this is about 90? Right? So that ratio is always going to be like that. So it's going to feel like we have less hip movement, more shoulder rotation.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay? Now I know that's kind of tough for a guy who's a soccer player, because you like your legs, right? We've developed those legs, right? But this is going to get to the point where we've got to have a little bit more flatter shoulder turn, which will get that hip back.
Can I try one?
Absolutely.
Because I used to do this. Let me show you what I used to do.
Yeah, please.
Hit a ball real quick. I'll keep the tee right there. I used to start off the swing like this, like. But then, then everyone else, when then people I played like, oh, you don't use your hips, bro, you don't use your hips enough, blah, blah, blah. That's what people would tell me.
Okay.
So
I was about to say, you know,
that there, I literally just started moving with my shoulders, my hips naturally turned, then I came in and hit it.
correct. As I go, right, it's not that I keep my hips frozen, right? There's a little lateral shift, just tiny, as we start to get off the ball, get our momentum going, right? But then as I go, it's my winding of my shoulders that's going to start pulling my hips around. Okay? So, but for you, right, the problem is that your shoulder turn gets so steep down here, right? And then as you come through, right, you just kind of pop up and come out. All right? So I just want you to feel like you're standing tall, okay? And let's kind of give you a different shoulder turn, give you a different feel, okay? Good. Okay, good. Right? Okay. See where we're at there? Okay. Your shoulder's pointing somewhere up, right about at the edge of that thing right there. Okay. Now what's happened to your hip right there is turned back behind you instead of kicking out to the right. Okay. So that's again. Right? And face is already just a little bit open onto the inside path right there. Okay. So, do me a favor, I'm not even gonna worry about the ball. I just want you to kind of give me a couple swings and I want you to feel like you're getting a flatter shoulder turn, okay?
Okay.
All right? Good. How's it feel?
Feels good.
Okay. Let's just kind of keep grooving on that feel, okay? Give me about 3 swings, okay? Feel like you've got a flatter shoulder turn. I know it's so anxious to want to go grab a ball. I know. It is. I get it. How's it feeling?
Feels good.
Do you feel stuck at all or anything?
No.
Huh.
But let's see when I have the ball down, you know, that's another.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
But no, I don't.
But really all I want you to feel like is that we're not getting left shoulder down, but more just kind of moving our left shoulder across us. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It is.
Angle the tacks down. That's good. Just got to get that face.
I dropped it there.
Oh.
Yeah, no. That one felt good.
Good.
It's a little after that. My low point there was 0 then.
Yep.
I just trying to club face too much. That's the crazy thing is I don't even like think about turning the club face.
Well, let's look at your grip here real quick and just kind of see if we can make kind of a simple change for you to kind of help you out. So, all right, how about grip right here? That's really good. Okay. Just going to turn this guy just a little bit over. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, let's see how that goes. That's just going to kind of put it in a little bit more weaker grip than strong. Okay.
I jumped there.
That's all right.
It felt different though. It felt like a lot. It did feel weaker, I guess it's.
Okay, that's fine. That's, you know, that's what we got to kind of do is that you've got a really strong grip when it's going that far left. So just get that right hand just a little bit more on top than underneath.
Okay.
Okay? There you go. Good.
Like this?
Yep. Yep. Very good.
But it feels like,
Right, we've got to find something in between, right? But look at our face angle now.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we're on the right path right there.
I didn't have to get used to it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, changing somebody's grip is, I mean, it's one of the things that definitely has to be done.
I have a question. What
Yeah.
makes people like determine between doing like interlock or overlap? Is it just being taught, or is it just like if you look at my hands, right?
Mhm.
Like you said, like last time my hands tend to have bigger palms. You could try mid-sized grips.
Yeah.
Would my hands are fine for interlock? I shouldn't try like overlap ever.
No, I mean, I can't. The thing is that the reason why I would, if you were a person that was really blocking it out to the right, I'd say go with the overlap because it allows your hands and wrists to be a little bit more freer than the interlock. But we're going hard left, right? So I probably have that to go. That's interesting. Okay. Well,
No light.
no.
So like this, Tim, the hands.
Yeah, yes, right, good. So you see how this V now is pointing up towards our
Yeah.
right shoulder? Whereas before, I'm kind of seeing it's like here,
Yeah.
right? And that's really gonna get the club face rotating over. So I just want us to kind of feel like that. There you go, very good. Okay, so that may feel like a weak grip to you,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really, honestly, more of a neutral grip.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just wanted to swing one. Whoops, went straight. So chomp going straight.
Correct. Right, so,
No, it just feels like it's one of those things that I think at first, like the right hand doesn't feel secure on the club because it's like weaker.
yes. But you gotta remember, it's not, the right hand's just on there to kind of guide. He's not really on there for power or anything. It's the left hand that we gotta feel that, the power and the grip and everything. This guy's just kind of long for guidance and riding.
So like this again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Starting to get, see how that's starting, there you go. Good, so one of those things that you're probably gonna need to do when you're in your sim, okay, this is what I would kind of do with you. Is just make sure you kind of, if you kind of put that right there, good. You see how that's going up towards your shoulder? But if you get on in here and it's like this,
No, you want up to his shoulder.
correct, correct. So that's what we want to kind of look at right there.
Okay. No, that one way too low. I was on that way too long. That's okay. I'm just trying to like get used to that feel for the weaker grip.
That's going to take some time.
So like this.
Yeah, yep, yep, much better.
No, I didn't get it alright.
Okay. Right, but the big thing is that what I'm trying to look at right now is getting that face angle more open, right? And we can see that that's starting to happen, right? So one of our culprit is really strong grip. Okay, let's neutral that up a little bit. I think another thing that's going to help you a little bit is making sure that you get a little bit more of a flatter turn and letting your right hip go back behind you, because we can see in the video it starts to kick out on us. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and get into posture real quick. And then I'm going to grab the club from you. Good, very good. Let go of the club. Let go. Good. There you go. So we're going to take this hand, this arm, take it out, arm, reach on back over here, give me a handshake. There you go. Okay, see where you feel?
So this is then how high my shoulder should go.
Yeah.
You could say like stop, like raise it here,
Well,
and I can stop like.
Well, we want to make sure that as we get the shoulder across, right? Your problem is, so watch how the shaft moves, right? So it kind of goes like this, down, right? What I want you to kind of do is more of this. Okay? Yeah. Right? You don't need to get down towards the ball. You're already set for it, right? You need to kind of turn away from it just a little bit, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? But you get your shoulders so steep towards it, pops your right hip out.
I felt like I hit that one really.
Off the toe?
Like in the inside, no, right here.
Okay.
Like it had that hollow, you know that hollow feeling it gives you
Yeah.
on the club feedback?
No, you actually hit it on the center.
Wow.
Which is,
Though slightly closed, but the face was closed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one of these days, man, I'm gonna get it. I'm getting close.
I know, I know. So let's do
I'll get
this.
it.
Let's try to get more of a neutral grip, and I want you to feel like that face is really open for you, okay?
Okay.
All right? There you go. Better. Okay, we're on the right path.
The face there. But my low point's not.
Yep, you're getting your low point, right? Those are just the two things that we've got to kind of focus on, right? Just making sure that we kind of feel like the face is a little bit open and making sure that we feel like we're hitting that ball down. Okay? Those are the things we want to work on, the impact, right? The other thing that we want to work with our body is making sure that we have a neutral grip and that our shoulder turn is a little bit flatter, right? Shoulder going across our chest.
Like that. That one felt good. Well, I see. But that one felt better.
It's fine.
The low point, 0.5 inches behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
Right. So I'm going to have you do this. I want you to play this thing off your back right foot.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to get that low point really down. Okay? Good. Good. Better. Whew. Okay? Feel like you're playing that thing off your back right.
Like doing a punch shot.
Yeah, it's going to get it. What I'm trying to get you on is get that low point down. If you had a little lighter, I think it would show a little bit better, right? Feel like it's playing off your back right foot.
No, that was too close. I knew. I knew when I hit it.
Right? But I like the low point. It's getting down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just got to work on that face angle.
So again, what you want the low point like to be at? Like what's the ideal number?
You
Closer to 0?
No, you want that at about 1 to 2.
1 to 2.
Okay? So you want that after.
Well, oh, 1 to 2 after. Okay, I see. And the beats were before. Okay,
Correct.
I see. So 1 to 2. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, does that make sense now?
Yes. I
Okay,
get it now.
great.
I get it. Yeah. I put it together now. Why times does it not give you the low point or stuff like that?
To be honest, I think it's the lighting.
No.
Because I don't think the TrackMan's camera is able to track the ball as well. I don't know why that little guy went out, but he does. All right, so let's feel like we're just kind of got that face open, right, in the back of the stance for me, please.
It's ironic. This is how my brother plays golf. He shoots everything off his back foot.
Better. Should I get that low point?
Oh, felt good.
Good. Okay, see we're getting our low point down.
Yeah.
Okay? Keep going.
Again. After the ball.
Okay, so that's the big thing in the face angle, right? We gotta get that face angle a little bit more open. But good, we're starting to get our low point down, which is great. That's a big thing. Okay, doing good.
No, that's the ball.
So I'm gonna do this to you. I guess that would be about. We gotta get you something that kind of.
You looking for him?
Looking for something to kind of get your right foot to. So go ahead and give me a swing real quick, and I'll kind of show you. Right.
On the back foot or just?
Yeah, your right foot, your right knee is kicking out. Yep, yep. Correct.
Do you want me to put it like as if I was standing on the back foot or regular shot?
Regular shot, whatever works best for you. Let's hit a ball. We'll hit a ball. This because it won't register. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take a look at that one real quick. So watch our right knee and our right hip, okay? So it's okay to kind of go into it just a little bit over here, but then it needs to go back behind us, right? So it'll be kind of like this, right? Kind of boom, right? And then it's going to be turning like this. So see how my right knee's like this? Okay. All right, see how your hips are really swaying there? Right, so what you kind of developed here is more of a reverse pivot, right? See how your chest is over here? Your chest needs to be over here. Okay, so set up for me. Take that. Put your arms across your chest and get into golf posture. Okay, so as I turn you, okay, that's where you need to be. Okay, so if you take a look at the mirror right there, right, or at the camera, your chest is over here in this space. Okay, that's where you need to kind of be. Okay, let's try that again. So go ahead and set on up. Okay. As you go. right? Feel how your chest is over here now,
Yeah.
okay? So you can see here, right, your hip has gone this way, your chest has gone this way, right? So let me do this real quick. Alex, can I ask you to hold the phone for me here and videotape him real quick? So just go ahead and hit that record button. All right, so go ahead and get the posture. All right, good. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, see where you're at right there? Okay. See where we're at here?
Looks like my chest isn't, my here's the wheel is turning. It's there.
Correct. Right, so what you've got is a slide and a lift, right? And what's going to happen is you come through, your low point's going to be over here. Actually, you got ahead of it, which is great. But there's your early release. See
Right
that?
there.
Yeah, right there. You're
So I have to release like later?
Yeah, because you can see your elbows back behind you. Okay? So when we talk about, when we watch guys on tour, right, your elbow doesn't get here, right? That's what's happening to you. Elbow's right here, right? When we see the guys on tour, their elbow's right there. All right? So here we go. So, all right, so let's just kind of get you turning correctly. All right?
Let me do this or just like this?
Just like that, yeah. Okay. All right, so kind of take your hands out like you're holding the club. Good. This guy's going to be. There you go. Okay. Feel we got that. Now, as we turn, feel how that right elbow is more into us there.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to keep our angle of attack down in our release point.
Okay.
Okay.
So what am I doing to that right elbow? I'm releasing it too early?
Yeah. So you see how you've got space right here. Okay. So
Like right here?
Mm-hmm, correct. So you can kind of see as you get here, right, you're turning and your elbow's back here. Okay? So we need to kind of get that thing so it's like here, down, and then release. Okay? So if I'm here, then I can release it with everything. But if I get here, right, the club path starts getting really closed. Okay? Now, that's part one. Right? But the big part here is as we turn, making sure we get our chest back behind the ball that way, not going towards the shoulders. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's just do a couple more turns here and get you the feel of it. Okay. And then we'll give you a couple things to do, and a couple swings, and then we'll get Alex up on the board.
She's nervous.
Yeah, she shouldn't be. She'll be great. All right, so good. So I'm just going to hold your head here, and I want you to rotate your left shoulder across your chest. Perfect. Okay, that's all we're doing. Again. Perfect. That's what we're looking for right there, pal. Now that probably feels a lot easier to do, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Good. Okay. Good. All right. Good. So it's going to take a while for that movement pattern to start coming through, right? Because you are so used to getting your left shoulder down, right hip poking out, right? And getting just like this. Okay, so you're going to have to feel like you're kind of turning more up, right? And getting your chest back.
So before I was turning like down like this?
Yeah, you're actually reverse pivoting. So you're going like this. You're going like this, and you're taking your left shoulder, and then you're like this. My chest is over here, my hip's over here, right? And then I'm going to throw my chest over on this side to get it going. Where's my low point? Back behind the ball, right? But if I can kind of turn back behind the ball, get my little shift that we all get, boom, I can get to my low point again. Okay, good. Yeah. Good. A lot less movement there, right? Right, good. me see what Sean wants. Oh, energy.
Can I grab the club? Tim?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me see what he says. So for you, it's
Well, at least 0.1 after.
right? We're getting our low point, right? We're getting our low point. If I can get you just kind of turn more behind the ball instead of turning ahead of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's just like, because I understand moving like this, but I think it's when you put this in the hands now, because you know, you're doing the movement like this, right? It's, oh, just turn. But when I put the club in my hand, it's like, just another added layer, you know? Just
Well,
like,
what I would do is I would do that drill, right? And I'd have Alex hand you the club so you can start getting used to where you need to be. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm.
Cool. Right? Good. Let's take a look, see how those changes are coming, right? Still kind of doing it a little bit.
Doing sway.
Right?
See, I'm not even like, and I'm not even like focusing on my hips, I'm just focusing on raising my arms too. Like,
Well, I'd much rather you have the feeling, okay? So, I don't know what your feels are right now, so if you get on over here, set on up, I'll get behind you here real quick. Right? I'd much rather you have the feeling of this going that way.
because I feel like when I focus on doing that though, you tell me my butt kicks out.
No,
Like if I try to focus on my hips.
no, your butt kicks out because your left shoulder goes down so quick. Okay, because if I go like this, watch. That automatically hips out, right? But if I go like this, right? So it just comes, yeah. Right? Okay. So the big thing for you is we're going to have to do movement patterns for quite a bit, right? Because you have a tendency to kind of get like this and it feels powerful for you, right? It's going to have to feel more like we're turning up a staircase, right? So here, instead of turning down the staircase. Okay?
Would it help to think about like someone pulling a string like their back that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now you're not going down, but you're like pulling up more? I
Yeah.
guess?
So, I mean, you know, set up, I mean, even what Alex is saying, I think if you had like a string or something like
Yeah,
here,
pulling you up
right?
instead of down.
Correct. Right? But instead of what she's saying, right, is this is what you're doing. Right? You're getting stuck and that right hip's going to go. Yeah.
Here, let me try one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get what you guys are saying.
You got this.
I just think, I think for you, if you can do a lot of video and movements with this and kind of, you know, do the pattern over and over again, it's going to start becoming more normal for sure. I think the problem with Hawaii is if I go there, I'm never coming back. Like, I'm not coming back. Like,
Yeah.
I will go sell t-shirts on the beach.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I'll live in a van down by the river.
So, yeah.
You know, yeah, I would never come back. That in Australia.
Final one. Damn, I hate failure that low.
It is.
0.4. One more, sorry, Alex. I know.
No, you're fine.
I used to the same all the time. Like one last one shot.
You're totally fine. You
One
can
last-
do this all. And they're like, just one more. I'm like, I want to go eat. I need to go finish working. He's like, just one more. And then he does it. And I'm like, then do one more. I'm like, okay.
I bet he was the last person off the soccer field as a kid, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Practice.
can see that.
It's like this.
There you go. Okay. Now
Would it focus more? I think if maybe I kind of exaggerate coming up a little bit more since I'm coming down.
Absolutely.
Naturally, because if I try to just naturally go like this, right?
Yeah.
I can tell I'm naturally coming down. So maybe I'll try to like.
Yeah, just exaggerate whatever it is. Whatever it gives you that feeling like you're turning up behind the ball instead of down towards it.
Okay.
Okay? Let's just try to give that feel. It might be absolutely extreme. Okay.
Well, it's after the ball though.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So let's talk about what we need to kind of work on, right? And the great thing for you, you have a simulator at home, so you can really work on these things, right? So the big thing for you is I would just kind of work on the low point for a little bit, okay? So all I would kind of do is I would just kind of get like right here, and I would just hit little punch shots and try to get that A as far down as possible. You know,
To like 2.
2, 3, 4, whatever it might be, right? And I don't care where the ball goes as long as it's not going all over the garage, right? But just kind of hit small little shots where we're just trying to feel like we're hitting down, right? I would probably do this for you. I'd put a ball right here and then I'd put like a dime in front of it, right? So I would have something to focus on and try to get that low point down.
So do you think maybe I should just start focusing in front of the ball too? When I'm looking, like instead of looking at the ball, just look slightly in front. My eye path.
Some people do that. I've heard some of my students say that they focus on in front of the ball. That's fine. You know, whatever visual works best for you, right? I'm fine with that. So, you know, if you put like a little dime or something like that and that's where you put your focus at, I'm fine with that. As long as it's getting your low point down to where it needs to be.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the other thing that we got to kind of work on is our face angle. Okay? So, a big thing for you is making sure we have a little bit more of a weaker grip. Okay? You have a tendency with the right hand to really get him underneath. Okay? And when I do that, I'm going to really get that ball moving left.
So like a grip like.
Yes, right? And what I'd probably do is have Alex kind of put a T in your little area right here and make sure that it's going up towards your shoulder. If you see that the T's out pointing out towards the camera or something like that, then you know it's too strong. Okay? Good.
So like this.
Okay. Right? And the big thing for you is as we turn, right? It's going to be this motion. Okay? See how my hip's going back? Left shoulder's flat. Let this guy kind of bend just a little bit. There we go. Good. Right? For you, it feels like we're just kind of turning up, right? Feeling flat, right? Good.
I hate that. Alright.
Okay.
I'll keep hitting forever and ever.
I know.
If you want to show again, you can. I know you really want to.
No, it's okay.